Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Briggy and today I'm going to give you guys a review slash story time video. So basically this is a review about The Conjuring 2, so if you haven't seen it I'll tell you a backstory about what it is, and then there's a story time of what came after it. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a like if you like this video. Drop a comment below, tell me if you've seen The Conjuring, anything, whatever you want to drop a comment below. And yeah, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So I went and saw The Conjuring with my best friend, her boyfriend and her brother on, I think it was the second day that it was out. And before we went and saw it at the movies, everyone was warning me not to go see it. And I'm just like, it's not even scary. I saw the first one about 10 o'clock in the morning because we were like, I watched it with my sister and it didn't scare me at all. Like there was a few parts that made me jump, and I'm usually terrified of freaking paranormal things like this, but I wasn't scared, so I was just like, I'm gonna go see it. So my sister sent me this photo. I'll see if I can get it up. So my sister sent me this. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, it says on here, The Conjuring warning. The film you're about to see is psychologically and emotionally disturbing. People who have attended early screenings of the film have complained about many unusual circumstances that they have experienced after seeing the film. Due to our concern, your well-being have invited Father Perez to be here. He will be available after the film to provide spiritual support and or conduct a personal blessing should you feel the need. Please do not hesitate to seek help. Ask a representative where you can sign up for a session with our priest. So she sent me this, and because I wasn't working that day, I went down to my friend's work and I showed her this. Like I sent it to her as well, but I went and showed her as well, and we were talking about it, but we had already bought the tickets, so we weren't going to back out like that. So she sent it to her boyfriend. Her boyfriend looked it up, and apparently it was just on Google Images. Like apparently it was from the first movie. Anyway, so we ended up going, and it was like stormy outside. It was raining, and we saw the midnight screening as well, which just made it a bit more creepier. So basically the backstory to The Conjuring, if you've ever seen the Amityville, it's like basically backed off of that. So basically the description of The Conjuring 2, if you look it up like on the movie time screening thing, it says Lorraine and Ed Warren, which is the paranormal investigators that they do like Annabelle and like all those creepy sort of things back in I think the 70s. So Lorraine and Ed Warren, in one of their most terrifying paranormal investigations, travelled to North London to help a single mother raising 4 children alone in a house plagued by malicious spirits. So basically, if you've ever seen the Amityville, the starting of the film is kind of based up on that, where they're all sitting in the house and they're doing like sort of a seance, I guess, and Lorraine like goes around the house, and it sort of like gets inside her and she can feel everything that's happening and see everything, and she's like, I'm not going back to that house. And she goes home, and there's this demon like trying to connect with her, and apparently it shows the death of her husband, and she wants to quit her whole like paranormal thing. She doesn't want to do it anymore. And then they get a call from North London from this priest that wants them to help with this family to see if their sort of story is real or not, because apparently there's like a ghost in the house. Well, anyway, basically the story is The Conjuring 2 is worse than what happened in the Amityville. All these creepy things happen, and there's like something to do with a nun and all this sort of stuff. So when I saw it, I didn't even want to watch the movie. Just like listening to the sounds, basically if you go and see the movie and if you cover your eyes the whole time, you'll get more scared than when you do watch it, because I went and saw it twice, and the first time I saw it I cried. Like I didn't even want to watch it. I was holding on to my best friend like I don't want to be here. I had the Cheezel box up in front of my face, just I didn't want to see anything that was happening, just the screams were enough. And so basically I couldn't sleep for like days after I watched it. But the second time I saw it, I actually watched it and I nearly fell asleep. Like I wasn't even scared. So I guess you basically can just see what's coming if you watch it the second time. It's not as scary. But if you do go watch it the first time, you'll probably get freaked out. So basically we watched it, and I came home, and because my parents and everyone told me not to watch it, they had no sympathy for me for when I was scared. So she had her boyfriend, I had no one. When I got home, I was like, I'm not going to sleep. Who's going to stay up with me, like to watch movies? Who's going to stay up with me? I didn't want to sit in the lounge room by myself, because if you watch the movie and like the hand, like it just kind of, the whole thing freaked me out. It would have been about 2 in the morning by the time I was going to go to bed with me. So I was messaging like my best friend, and she ended up falling asleep on me because she was really tired. She had worked the work during the day. And so I was texting a few of like my other friends and they ended up falling asleep and I was like, great, I'm up by myself. So my parents were still like finishing off a movie, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna sit here with them. Hopefully like my mum would sleep with me in the lounge. I don't know why I want to sleep in the lounge, like that place is freaking haunted, but I didn't really want to sleep in my room because it's like next to my sister's room and her room's haunted and like I don't want nothing coming near me. So like I was like to my parents, okay, I'm going to sleep in the spare room. And if you've seen my Bloody Mary video, you know I hate sleeping in the spare room, but when I'm scared, I do sleep in the spare room because it's right next to my parents' room. And if I scream, you know, they can hear me. And my parents sort of looked at me and they were like laughing. They're like, yeah, sure, you're so not sleeping in the spare room, like in such a sarcastic way. And I'm like, yes, I am sleeping in the spare room. I'm not going back to my bedroom so ghosts can fucking possess me. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? That doll looks creepy. There's porcelain dolls around my house, just to let you know. Anyway, so I wasn't going to go sleep in my bedroom by myself and like, you know, even though my dogs sleep with me, I didn't want to sleep there. So I started getting like all my pillows and my iPad and like my laptop, you know, so I got something to do because I wasn't going to go to sleep. And I had the light on and I said goodnight to my parents and I shut their door and I walked to the spare room. Now, whenever I go into the spare room, the bed's usually made because, you know, it's a spare room, like no one really sleeps in there. And I was like, what the heck? So I tossed my pillows, put my laptop down, and I went to go to the kitchen to go get some water. But before I did, I moved the blanket back just so I can make the bed before I like go get my water so then I can get comfortable in bed. When I lifted those sheets, there was a freaking doll. Like my parents had put this porcelain doll that's kind of like a Chucky sort of Annabelle sort of looking doll. Like me and my sister kind of creeped out about it because this doll, it used to sit like on this chair and like, I mean, it's a cute little doll, but it kind of creeps me out. Its eyes move and stuff. Like when you grow older, you kind of get scared of dolls that you used to play with when you were younger. Anyway, so this doll was lying in the bed. I'll show you what this doll looks like. I brought it here just in case. Anyway, so this is the doll that my parents put in the bed because they know I'm scared of it, and I hope, like, you know, it's a nice little doll, but my parents put it in the bed. Like, imagine that, going like that when you like lift open the sheets. This doll was in the car for the past 2 weeks because my baby cousin put it in there, and I thought it was staying in the car, but when I found this in my bed, I freaked out. So I ran to my parents' room, and they were pissing themselves laughing. Like, they were nearly in tears from laughing just by my screams. Anyway, I came in there, and oh my god, I nearly had like a panic attack. Like I was crying and like I was laughing at the same time because I found it funny. Like they still prank me. Anyway, I found it so funny, but I was crying at the same time because I was so scared. I didn't even want to walk back into that room after, because if you watch The Conjuring, you'll see that Annabelle's at the end of it, and Annabelle just freaks me out so much. Anyway, so that was in my bed. I was so terrified. I was like, I'm not going back in there. Like, you take that doll out of there, I'm not going back in there. And my parents were like, no, good night. Like, shut me out of their room. You know, you're the one who watched the movie. You're to blame. And I'm like, great, shit. What am I supposed to do? I got so angry. I went around the house and turned on all the lights. I came and sat here, right in this very spot, which I was very scared thinking about, you know, the hand that came over. Anyway, I sat here in this very spot and I started crying because I was so scared. I had my phone in my hands, so I just started like flicking through Instagram or whatever, and then I got my iPad and I was just reading on there, and it came to a point where about like 4 in the morning where I was so scared, but I was like, you know when your like eyes are starting to fall asleep but you're too scared to fall asleep? Well, that happened to me. And my mum came out and she like turned off the hall light that's like right opposite, and I got really scared because I didn't want to walk back there because the doll was like there sort of thing. Anyway, like the next morning I fell asleep in the lounge when everyone was awake and I was so scared. And yeah, so that's my like little backstory to The Conjuring. If you go and see it, depending on how scared you are, you will get scared, but the second time it's not as scary. Just if you do watch the movie, watch it. Don't hide behind something because you'll get more scared if you don't watch it. And there was like a funny thing, like when the Conjuring sign came up, someone fell in the movies, and I know, bad to laugh, but I was laughing the whole time because it's just the sound of this person falling. I know, I'm sorry if the person who fell, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you made it so funny. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you've seen The Conjuring, leave me a comment down below of what you thought of it. If your parents did something like this to you, when I told people about what my parents did, they're like, oh my god, your parents are so awesome. Like, no, I didn't sleep for like 2 weeks after this happened. I was scared, okay? So Anyway, when I went and saw it the second time, I never told them I was seeing it because I didn't want to see that doll in my bed again. But the second time I saw it, I went straight to sleep that night and I felt so brave, so I was so proud of myself. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, more paranormal experiences, which I do have. If you want to see some crazy story time videos, which I got a lot of crazy stories, anything you want to see, just comment down below. Let me know your views on this. Check out my other paranormal videos. And yeah, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in my next video. Love you all. Bye.